So this is my family. I did 6 paintings of each, my mum, dad and some siblings. I was inspired by the contrast between their personalities. I found it interesting that we're all raised in the same house, but we're all very individual people. And I thought it'd be really interesting to try to use different materials, different techniques, different styles to represent this and bring it out. So I started my folio looking at what is personality. I went on to look at how I'm going to represent this. I moved on, I went through just a series of artists. My folio was mainly just made up of just every possible different type of artist's technique and just experimenting with it and seeing if I could match it up to family members and whatnot. Dad, I'd used Impressionism because of his personality, that matched him well. And then I used oil paint because I could really thicken it on and use that depth and show that depth and emotion in what represents Dad. And Mum, I used oil paint again, but I used it in a very soft way. I blended it more, and this was inspired by, I can't pronounce his name, but he's from the Renaissance, and he paints women as if they're like angels, and I look up to my mum and I envy her. So yeah, I did my sister Leah, I did pop art because she's a very materialistic person. Rhiannon is a very deep person. I used a modern artist, Ben Quilty, and I used a palette knife and acrylic paints. My little brother Ethan, just very realistic, very just simple, realistic. That kind of is who he is. And finally, Noah. Yeah, he's autistic, so I tried to represent him. I used Augusta Clint. Yeah, he's a very outgoing painter, and I think this really reflected Noah because Noah's a very outgoing child, and he's got lots of, he's crayons, paint, watercolour for his face, just every different material that I could use just to try to best represent how different he is and how unique he is. So they're extremely different. So that's what I was going for, and I was really happy with that in the end. I'm doing education and I'm majoring in arts, so hopefully at the end of that I'll be an art teacher, which is what I've always wanted to do.